Solid.
Okay, are we on?
It's rolling.
Hey, man.
Where's my keyboard?
Welcome back.
Where's your keyboard?
Facts.
Something to drink?
I was going to start it off. You know, we're going to take a little break.
Something to
We'll
drink?
be right back.
Look. Tell him. Well, first we're gonna tell him, and then get. And you want to drink, Andrew? Tell him I can't tell you.
He thought about it.
In the morning. All right.
Early morning flight.
Bring my dog in, man. Oh yeah, you leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah, going to Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
Fun time.
Bring my dog in, man. Bring my dog
Yo, I
in.
feel the energy in this building right now. This is crazy.
Y'all
Well,
get it,
ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Laraclipz.
I am the show Tanner.
Manifest greatness now.
Today, we have the owner, the CEO of Colab in the building, none other than Angel, my brother Angel, famous Angel. If you guys don't know, on IG.
What's up, people?
Our producer. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to say it.
I'm
you know
saying
what I'm
that shit. That's
but you guys already know he's the one that creates all the magic behind this. So we have him. I just wanted to point out today we were gonna shoot a show with one of our special guests, and he was so special that unfortunately, he didn't show up. But it is what it is. We're gonna move on, and that's what happens when you're ready. If you're ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
You stay.
So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep shooting. We're gonna improvise, and we asked Angel to come in and chop it up with us. So you guys are gonna get some insights on the production. And a little bit more about a lot of things, because this guy, he knows a lot about a lot of things. So I'm excited for this. Guys, how you feeling?
Oh, they finna get a lot, you know what I mean?
I feel the energy. I'm telling you.
Normally I'm behind the cameras. What's up, y'all? I'm breaking the fourth wall. What's up? This will be the last time. How's it going? So yeah, man, I'm just chilling here. I'm excited. Thank y'all for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Facts,
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, I want to jump in right in. How does it feel, prepping, being ready, to shoot a guest, and unfortunately, that person not showing up? How does that feel? Have you ever gone through that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've gone through that a lot of times, and not just like in the sense of like, I get it. Like, you invest time in creating something. It's like your baby, right? And you bring other people into it. And then when other people come into it, they either start sharing their ideas, or, their work ethic kind of plays a role in how you're going to make something. But the whole point, the reason I say that is because the studio is founded on collaboration. And I feel like the definition of collaboration, a lot of people have mistaken of what it's like, especially when it comes down to like creative world. Whenever you say, let's do a collab, typically people just bring their ideas, and then somebody brings their resources. But there's this place of like, I got this idea, but I have some thoughts about that idea. I want to add value to that idea.
Yep.
Guess what? The owner of that idea, it's their baby.
They already had that.
They don't want to let go. They like, what do you mean? I already got the idea, bro. I just want to collab because I need you here.
What's your idea?
Right? What's your idea? So like, I say that because there's always going to be someone that's going to be let down in a collaboration. It's up to you if you decide to pick yourself back up and be vulnerable and say, hey, let's make something out of this. Let's try to make something positive out of this.
I agree. Fuck that shit. Nah, I'm upset. You don't understand.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's just, it's almost like you gotta be the bigger person at some point. Yeah.
Shit. But I agree with you, Angel.
But like, I'm gonna flip it. Like, so how do you? Because when it comes down to successful people, I tend to hear this echo a lot. It's like, no matter what's going on around you, this too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Right?
That's good.
So it's like, how do you then? I think the real question is, how do you turn it around? How do you find the positive side in something when you're emotionally invested?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you do it?
How do I do it?
How do you do it this time?
I would say, shout out to Manifest Greatness, just to pivot, just to shift your mind somewhere else. And that's to, like, just improvise, I would say, perhaps. Because I was very excited about this. I had, spent my time, my research, money spent into this thing. So I feel like, You know, another thing too is like, you know, when you see someone in their industry doing great and, you know, they're scaling and they're, you know, elevating, sometimes ego can get in the way. Sometimes be like, hey, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I committed, but I don't know if I really want to make. So I feel like shit happens, you know, for you guys watching, shit happens. I get it. You know, if you guys, you know, going to start your own podcast, shit's going to happen. And again, this is my first lesson that I learned today, but I just wanted to get on my system. You know what I'm saying? Fuck yeah.
Have you ever heard of Don't Ever Meet Your Heroes?
No. Don't ever meet your hero.
Yeah, don't ever meet your heroes.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of times, like, you look up to people because you see what they put out there into the world, and you're like, damn, that's fucking cool. Like, they're a really cool person. Like, you get to know them through all this video that you're watching, and then all of a sudden you meet them, and they're not who they say they were, because now you're getting to see.
Or they become your rivals.
Or they get a little jealous because they see, like, your level of, you know, expertise or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But, like, have you ever met a hero and then been disappointed?
Man, honestly, that's a great question, bro. I never thought about it like that, but yeah, I have. I don't want to say no names.
It's cool, yeah.
But I would say, you know, back in my baseball years when I used to play baseball, you know, I was big into, you know, baseball and stuff like that, and you know, I had this guy who he was a professional baseball player. Now he's a Hall of Famer. I met him in the airport. You know, I met him in the airport. You know how in the airport you go upstairs and you go to the VIP and stuff like that. So
The lounge.
the lounge spot. You know what I'm saying?
Lounge status.
No, pause. Hey, don't believe this guy. I don't even know how I got in there, but I got it.
You gotta give credit.
Hey, you know, he's trying to. What you mean, man? But anyways, I would say, bro, I met him, and when you meet someone in person, you think that whatever you see on TV, wherever you see in front of a camera, that's the same energy you're gonna feel. But I understand, you know, how many people does he come across? You know, how many people want to get autographed? How many people? So I get it, you know what I'm saying? But to your point, you know, when sometimes when you want to meet your hero, you might be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what you expect that is gonna happen. So I kind of relate to that a little
Anybody
bit.
else? I know you. Did you? Because you're in the fitness space, so.
No, I mean, honestly, I think like there's enough room for everybody to succeed. Like I really feel that way, and depending on like where some people grow up, they think like only a certain number of us can actually make it, or it's only like one at a time. So I don't know. I think it's just like you just got to put in the work. Like the 10,000 hours, if you just put in the work, like it's gonna speak for itself. So, and there's levels to the shit within that, but it's like, you know, kind of took a while to kind of get there though.
Yeah.
I like that point of view because he comes from like the world of abundance.
Right.
Like, right? Like the world is abundant, right? There's, like everybody can get their own cake. They can all eat.
Yeah.
It's just how they go about doing it. You know, that for me personally, because I have strong beliefs, and it's not just like, you know, from the religious side or anything like that. Like I'm just talking about just be good people. Like
Facts.
a good person.
A good person will show up. A good person will keep their word. A good person will say and act what they say they were going to do. If you say something,
Man.
do something.
And look, this the second time
Come on,
you've
man.
done this. You
I'm
know
not
what I
saying
mean?
nothing. I'm just saying
That's
something.
Not real shit. That's real shit.
Nah, man. But
So look, there's one cool. I don't mean to
Yeah,
like
it's all
step
good.
on you, but like
Yeah.
there's this thing called a YouTube channel called Yes Theory. Have you heard of it?
no.
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 What's that?
So basically, they go around the world and they meet strangers, and they'll ask the stranger if they want to go on a trip. Now it's up to the stranger if they say yes or no whether they pay for the whole thing. So if they say yes, they get taken on a full ride, full VIP, hotel, travel paid for, everything. If they say no, then okay, peace, and they keep walking.
What's the catch? Because that's too good.
There's no catch because what they're trying to do is spread positivity. So like not, you know, I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm a Cancer, so sometimes I get emotional and shit. And I'm over here like working, and I'm doing Excel sheets and shit at home.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this video they just put out about this taxi driver in London.
Yeah.
That their whole thing was like, we're gonna ask a taxi driver to drive in a certain direction until the meter says $10,000. Right? Now this could change a taxi driver's life.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're looking, they don't understand. Like they're trying to find someone that has that positive mentality. And they're
And taxi drivers don't have that mentality.
yeah, a lot of them don't, man. So they meet this dude. I think he's Punjabi. I hope I got that right. If not, kill me in the comments.
Right.
But they ask him, and he says yes. He doesn't even understand why he's saying yes. He's just like, he's that type of positive person that everywhere he goes, he talks to people. He tries to spread positivity, right? And they take him on this wild journey, bro, from London all the way fucking down to Africa. Like,
wait.
yeah.
All in a cab?
All in a cab, bro. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I'm gonna send you the link so you can watch it.
What the fuck?
But the moral of the story is that along the way, you see this man like come to the realization that these strangers are literally changing his life and perspective by taking him to other countries and seeing things for the first time.
Wow.
Halfway through the trip, he gets to this real self-realization that he was never able to provide that to his family.
Starts to break down.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, bro, I fucking broke down. Because, like, we come from, like, I'm a first immigrant from Dominican Republic, and we come from those countries that we want to see other people kind of get to that point. But then there's this, like...
That's why people come to America.
Yeah, to live that dream, right?
And for them and their family.
If we, like, I honestly, dead ass, I wish I could live life just blessing people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I had all the money in the world, like, that would just be the best feeling.
Well, you can. That could be your purpose.
God's playing music videos.
I mean, yes,
In a realistic way. You know, I know what he's saying, like, in a realistic way. I know what both of you guys are saying.
Like, if you had all your bills paid, like, let me put it this way. If y'all had all your bills paid and no obstacles in front of you, what would you do? Would you still be a barber?
Yeah.
What's up?
I bless everyone.
Yeah,
I would.
because like blessing people, you don't really have to bless them with money. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways that you can bless. You could bless people with your gift. I feel like my gift is to again spread positivity. Literally pick someone up from the way they're feeling, whether they got a job and then. Unfortunately, they lost that job, but they need a haircut, but they got no money to cut. I come through. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways that we're able to spread positivity, and and to
especially as barbers,
make an impact in people's life. You know what I'm saying?
From Mr. Positivity.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that,
I got a question.
Look at that smile, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
before you do that, because he's about to say some shit, y'all. This is like talking to Simba's dad.
Nah.
That's why it's like talking to manifest. You know what I mean? Like, we was in this house. This motherfucker's making like a journal.
Dude,
You know what I'm saying?
talk
Where
about
you
the name
walk-
Manifest Greatness. Say that ASMR. No, we're making him nervous.
Nah, man,
that?
it's funny how I got to that name. A lot of people don't know like the true story, but like it's been a process, it's been a journey. But my question was for you though.
Go ahead.
Appreciate the love. You told us a story. I just kind of want to get this on tape, just because I'm trying to remember it about the one time like with the car, your wife's car,
Yeah.
and like how you were able to manifest a certain situation out of nothing.
That was crazy. I remember
crazy
that.
one.
That was a good story.
I literally just posted the picture because I got privy to whole later gramming to not like
Later gramming.
It's a thing.
What's
You didn't
up?
know about it.
No.
You post something on Instagram, maybe it's something personal in your life, and you don't want like the whole world to know right in the moment. You're still processing it. You later gram, so you post it later. Anybody that saw it later, I'm sorry, but you're outside the circle.
Right.
Not for
right. It's entertainment at this point.
I was able to process it and kind of like let it go. But
Also, like marinate on it too. Like
man, like I feel like in my life there's been a lot of moments like that, but that one I feel like is like it truly showed me the years of experience and like having been dragged through the mud and being able to like keep my composure, because I laugh about it now, but it was scary. It was real scary at first. So I'm sitting there on the computer, I'm working from home, and wifey and my daughter go out, and they normally do that like right around 4 o'clock. They normally head out because my kids are homeschooled, so wife steps in on the second half. And she gives them like physical education and some other stuff. So she picked them up. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. And I'm just working on the computer. I didn't even like thinking back about it now as I tell the story. I didn't even like kiss her goodbye or anything to say bye. And now thinking about it, I'm like, damn, if it would have gone, no spoilers. But so I'm sitting there, and then all of a sudden the phone, I get a notification because I have a Tesla. It says that the car is no longer operable. It needs to go to service. And I'm like, well, the only way that this car is no longer working is if there's an accident. Like that's the only way. Right. Luckily, I had the car set up so that it calls 911 right away, sends my notifications, records 10 minutes of footage on all 9 cameras. So it's like crazy safe car. And that's why I tell her to kind of go out in that car because it's the safest car in the world right now.
Wait, for those people who don't know, what type of car?
Tesla Model Y. It's like it's super popular now. Shoot myself in the foot. Now it's like 29,000. I paid like 70 grand for that one.
Nothing.
Like nothing, right? So I get that notification. I'm bugging out. I call my daughter. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? We got an accident. What's the location? I'll be right there. And I'm already looking at the app to see where the car is at. So I get to the location. She like nosedived into a guy on the other side of the street. So like she was trying to like make a right. And then there was sand on the floor. So it like, no matter what safety control that car has, it just slid in that sand and headbutted the other car. Luckily enough, though, as crazy as that sounds, all airbags went off on both cars. No one was seriously hurt, like minor bruising. But there was like a lake. You know how sometimes you're driving down the street and there's like a lake on the side of the road? That car was blocking my wife's car from going into the lake. Wow. Like it could have ended that way.
It's a universe for you.
And that's my scare for those, energy cars. You know what I mean?
Like the electric cars? Yeah.
Energy cars. Electric cars.
EV.
No, that's right.
No, but there's a lot of stuff that I actually showed my daughter because my daughter's like me. Like my older daughter's like me, like a copy of me. My younger daughter's like a copy of my wife. Yeah. So I showed my older daughter like how to get out of the car in case of an emergency. So when this happened, she remembered what I showed her, and she actually was the one to first get out of the car because the car has manual controls. Yeah. And I told her and my wife all these things, but she was like immediately like, "Daddy showed me, pop this thing," and she got out. Right. And then the car shut itself down and all this kind of stuff. So after all like the emotional like, "Hey, are you okay?" Like nothing had happened. Then comes like the financial realization of the stupid mistake that I made because I was trying to skate the system. Like I'll be dead ass. Like you know what I mean? Like I remember this part. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I made a dumb decision a long time ago because let's just say my wife's Puerto Rican. She doesn't drive the best, right? Not to say it's not her fault or anything. It's just that like it just is what it is. So I like didn't put her on my insurance policy for that car. And the insurance denied the claim. And I tried left and right to fight it from different angles and all sorts of good stuff. None of that was happening.
So was it total loss, the car?
The car looks like total loss, though we're Dominican, so we know some people. We don't know. It might be able to be.
Y'all know what's up.
We don't know. Tesla, the famous Tesla 1 may be able to come back to life. But I posted it on my IG account, so I have an IG account for it called The Famous Tesla. And I posted it there, and I said, stay tuned for the next steps. So anyone that watches this show is going to understand that I already have the famous Tesla 2. But the idea was that I was faced with a very big financial decision. Yeah. $70,000 car that I paid down to $45,000. Market value is at $28,000 for that mileage. Already upside down almost $20,000. Car can't move. Monthly payments still have to be made, or we go AWOL and fuck up the credit and go bankrupt, right?
So we ain't doing that.
I had built up my credit. Like I did bad shit on my credit, which is a whole nother story that I could tell y'all about. Like when I was 18, I couldn't get a bank account because my dad had used my credit. Oh, shit. We have the same name. Fun times.
I've seen that 1,000 times.
Fun times. But hey, I fixed it. I learned some stuff. How to fix credit. But that's
another episode.
That's another episode.
It's a whole nother episode. But I'm faced with this situation where I'm like, I need a replacement car. I have to make monthly payments on this car. How do I get a replacement? And I don't know. I don't know. I was on a whim. I guess I was at an event and I was drinking some whiskey and I said, fuck it, I need another car. Let's just apply. And Tesla's so easy to just go to the website, hit the button, pay $250, and you got like a reservation.
Yeah.
And it's 2 seconds later, you get a text, fill out your thing, and then you're approved. It's like it's too easy. Way too easy. People think it's really hard to get a Tesla. It's just people are afraid of the EV part. Like, how am I going to charge this thing? Right. But it's super easy. Especially.
So what do you think about the Cybertruck?
Oh, the Cybertruck is one of the most iconic cars that's hit the streets in a very long time.
Like some Back to the Future shit, or?
Well, you drive a Cybertruck and everybody's turning heads.
Yeah, you're right.
Guaranteed.
You're right. You're right.
Guaranteed.
But how is the inside? How
That's
is
the whole nother conversation.
Okay.
But the fact that it turns heads is iconic.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
It looks like some Flight of the Navigator shit. I don't know if you remember that movie.
well, to me, yeah, but I feel like it's closer to like Back to the Future.
Yeah, well, of course. Those two.
Because of the panels and the DeLorean kind of thing. But anyways, going back to the story, I'm faced with a very big purchase decision. I go ahead and do it. Let's just say the down payment was like upwards in 10 grand. The monthly payments were a little bit better than my previous car in the 600s. And I was like, okay, cool. I slept on it. Woke up the next day and said, what the hell am I doing? I know better than this. I have a business. I've established business credit. We've learned from being 20 years old. Let's do this right. So I went ahead and resubmitted the application. And mind you, in that process, I'm like emotionally struggling with, should I do this? Should I not? Am I going to miss this opportunity?
A hard decision.
I just got approved. What's going to happen here? And I just put positive thoughts in my mind and I was like, it'll work out. It'll work out. It'll work out. I submitted the thing, comes back the application, everything, dude, goes by half down. Down payment goes down to $4K. Monthly payments go down to $400. Literally, it's like
Got to get that business credit up.
yeah, bro. If you're not doing the business credit, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
That's literally the
Facts.
foundation of the American dream.
This is the reason why he's telling you the story.
Like, do that, please do that. And if you think about it, both payments on both cars is like a really expensive like car. Is basically what I've got it down to. So crazy. I was able to kind of recuperate and save that, but. Speaking about the manifestation is that you have to be positive even in bad situations. It's like, it's raining, you've been dragged through the mud, you have $1 in your pocket. This too shall pass.
You came ready to shoot and nobody show up. These two shall pass.
We still
You
shot.
came ready, the gas didn't show up. This too shall pass.
Manifestation still said we gonna shoot.
Man, I'm interested to know how did the whole collab company started?
So Colab was first like a reposting site. So what I was thinking about collaboration, I thought, okay, well, let's look at other photographers, other photographs, maybe some travel photographers, and let's repost their work and give them like a shout out.
Their flowers, yeah.
Help them out, right?
Yeah.
And I originally started it with 2 other friends that I had learned enough about business and working with other people that by this point, I was kind of like really close to perfecting how to work with other people. So with these 2, I sat with them, set expectations. I wrote out a business plan. Like I did all this work to try to like prevent them from doing the same thing that I've seen in the past, like people flaking and maybe not having the most passion for what you're doing.
I can relate to people flaking.
You know what I mean?
Me too.
Stuff like that. So, long story short, they weren't in the same place,
Right.
like knowledge-wise, as far as like business knowledge, right? And one of the individuals on the team was more of like, they felt like they were like the owner of the whole thing, and they didn't understand the true collaboration. So even off the gate, the foundation wasn't stable. So I was like, this is not, like I started holding them accountable to certain things and it just wasn't working.
They weren't making no adjustments.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to keep it moving.
Does that say a lot about you working with someone or doing business with someone?
I feel like it does say a lot whenever you're able to hold someone accountable. I think that's the hardest part in business. People sometimes
On both sides, right?
Yeah, because people sometimes what happens in business is people will put emotions in it and they'll be like, yo, I built this with my boy, or like, you know, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And then sometimes things happen, but not knowing that people are human beings, they have their own behaviors. And it's like if I can't hold this person accountable, then we can't grow because they can't hold me accountable.
Facts. I agree.
You know, if they can't hold me accountable, they're gonna let me slide through doing some shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a habit.
Then it's like it's not work.
You might stay in your mom's garage.
You need someone to compliment you. You need someone to be able to be brave enough to tell you to your face that you're fucking up.
Facts. Like you're not staying at that level that you're supposed to be performing at.
Yeah. You have to, because have you ever heard you know those Budweiser horses? Clydesdales, they're like really big fucking horses.
Yeah.
So apparently they could pull a specific amount of weight, like individually, right? But when you put two of them together, they can pull double of what they individually can do. And the reason for that is because they're challenging each other. So this horse that can pull, let's say 1 ton or whatever, I'm getting facts wrong, you can fuck yourself. But basically they pull this thing, right? And then because they're tied next to each other, the other one looks at the other one and is like, nah, fuck you, I could beat you.
Facts.
And it's pulling, and then the other one pulls, and then they pull ahead.
So that shit's gonna get pulled no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
If you can find someone that can be like that with you,
That's good.
Yeah.
there's nothing stopping.
You're not just pulling your weight, you're trying to pull more weight every time.
Yeah, because not only now are you competing against someone that you closely know, they know you.
Yeah.
But it's going to remind you every day to compete against yourself.
100%.
Well,
You need to be better.
Yeah, you are
and
working.
that's healthy.
The fact that I'm in the beach and you in the gym, man, that just says a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy. That's motivation.
Yeah, you need somebody that is gonna hold you accountable. Like, yo, you better step your game up.
I think Kobe said it best when he was like, I wake up if I can wake up at 4 a.m., do a workout, go back home, shower,
I saw that.
then come back and do another workout. I'm already doing twice the amount of workouts than you are.
By the time you try to catch, you
I'm
won't.
already freaking
Facts.
miles ahead.
100%.
I've ate breakfast. I've ate lunch. I've had 2 workouts. You're coming into the gym. I'm on my 3rd workout.
Ladies and gentlemen, that goes for anything. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're working, whether you want to do business, there's somebody out there who wants your job. There's somebody out there who wants exactly what you want. I think Eric Thomas, he talks a lot about that. I follow Eric Thomas. Shout out to Eric Thomas, by the way.
That's dope.
Man, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that we're talking about relates to being a barber and stuff, because I think at first, do you guys remember at first, like when you first started?
Oh,
like did you guys get like all the clients in the world, or what was that like?
Dude, man, this guy, he got the questions. He got them questions.
He got the
Man, the show, you wanna start on this one?
I'll go ahead.
You OG?
I'm OG. You know what I'm saying?
You look young. You got some years.
I got some years on me. You know what I'm saying? My seatbelt's on. Life's a car wreck. But when you first start off, you don't got shit. But that's the best feeling, because you're gonna have something. I mean, I remember when I passed my state board, there was no greater feeling, because I knew I wasn't going to ever be broke again.
Wait. So you passed it. If you can't say it because of some legal reasons, you tell me.
Oh, no.
But if you never cut like garage style shit,
I did.
or like the school bathroom type shit.
All that shit. I was charging $5 a cut.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, some people, even I've seen people go and pay to get their license. I never respected it. Because if you're gonna do something like Kobe, if you're gonna be in the gym all the way. You know what I mean? Like, I started from nothing. You know what I mean, with the barber shit. So it was like once I passed my state board, I cried, because I knew I wasn't gonna be broke again. Ever.
You never go hungry.
Ever. And I could use that money to go do other things. And I've done that ever since. So you start to build your clientele, and you go from the same people that you charge $5, now they're paying $40. I still have 50% of that clientele, still to this day.
So did you ever do Walmart clippers?
Hell no.
What was your first clippers?
A wall,
Oh, damn.
a 5-star.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And I switched over to Andes. Master.
Oh, you're Andy's
fade with me.
fanboy?
Yeah, facts. I fade with the Andes, and I detail with the Walls detailer.
I mean, these new schools right now, they're starting with like the best clippers. But I remember back in the days, you know what I'm saying? I remember back in the days in school, Beauty Schools of America. Shout out to Beauty Schools of America.
That's where I got my.
You know what I'm saying, bro? They started you with the Andes. They started you with the wall, with the old wall, with the court.
Oh my God.
Man, the heavy joint, you know?
Man,
Crazy.
yo. And then
for electric or wireless or like
wireless for sure. Wireless.
It's
I used to
comfortable.
install my own cords with the what's the shit where you burn the
and turn it into wireless.
yeah, like, or not even that, just when my cord
wired old school.
Re-put the cord on there.
yeah, to re-put the cord on there, you
solder it. Yeah,
Yes, that.
solder it.
I used to do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy. Like you new schoolers, y'all are so you guys only got to do 600 hours. I was doing 1,200 in Miami. I did 1,500 in California with Paul Mitchell. So it's like it's different shit. Y'all
600 hours.
Damn.
They only have to do 600 hours now
To get
a what's it called?
what's the first one? Is like a barber.
The restriction license.
Restricted to get this restricted. I have a master's license, so I can cut in any state because I wouldn't got that.
Can you open a barber shop?
Yeah, because I have a master's license. You know, I got that from California.
We might have to talk.
Get the money.
Nah, but going back to your question, man.
Yeah, what's your
Dude, man, I would say, well, first of all, I want to thank all my clients. I want to thank all my clients that are rocking me with me right now.
Show up on time.
I want to thank, yo, facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Client right here, yo.
Dude, I also want to, give a shout out to all those clients that I fucked up when I first started. I fucked all you guys up. But you guys signed up. You know what I'm saying?
They knew what they were signing up for.
Right.
They knew-
So
yeah.
in school, the reason why school
your
is
teacher?
so important because, there's a difference between school and then apprenticeship. Apprenticeship means that you could go to a professional that he can teach you, the ropes and stuff like that. Same thing for school. But for school, what the value that you get is that, there's free haircuts. And guys that go get free haircuts, so you're able to go and practice and stuff like that. But man,
Sign a waiver.
to me, when it started, man, like it was hard, bro. It was hard. I felt like I was gonna give up. I felt like I didn't, I felt like I wasn't gonna make it, to be honest with you. Like I thought about quitting so many times. And then, the love for the game started when I picked up my first camera. And what I started doing is I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the school and I'm just going to outwork everybody. Because in my mentality, I was being a competitive. I always had that. So I always thought that everybody was just coming to school, not taking it serious. I was like, I bet I'm just gonna be in my own corner, put my camera and then see my haircuts from now to where I am now. So at the time, and then I was able to do that. So I started recording my haircuts. I still have my first haircut that I did.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember.
That's crazy.
I have it recorded. I have it in pictures.
That's
Dude, I'm
crazy.
telling you, bro.
But you have it like where you can like access the recording.
What you mean?
You have available?
Yeah. Of course, I have it. I can show you, bro.
Okay,
Hey,
so
yeah, I can show
We're
you.
gonna put it right here.
Yeah. I'm not capping. But
I don't even got that.
for you barbers that you guys are starting now, you guys are gonna have those negative thoughts and in your head where you guys, feel like you guys want to quit, that you guys are not gonna make it. Just keep working on, just keep working. You guys are gonna get better over time. It's timing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own timing, but practice.
Facts.
That's a great question, Angel.
So the question, just to like loop you in, the question was, if you like tell us a story about when you first started your journey. Like for them, it's barbering.
Yeah.
What is it for you?
Give it out.
He's an entrepreneur.
I feel like my journey is definitely unfolding Like I'm not even there yet. I'm not even at the beginning. I feel like sometimes, but
What's the industry?
the industry, I'm not trying to be weird or not. I just don't even feel like the industry. Like I work in like there's like your W-2.
Yeah.
And then like, there's your services and like your insights and, your entrepreneurship side. So,
Right. Okay.
long story short, like I work in tech.
Damn.
And I guess, honestly, I kind of fell into it. It's not something I went to school for. So I can't even take it as something that's like part of my ultra vision. Although what I do like about it is like I'm always learning something new, always learning something different and challenging myself. I'm never acting like I'm the smartest one in the room. I'm always trying to learn from other people. But at the same time, it's just like, different doors open to like different countries, to like just the ability just to like live your life. Like the way I tailor my life now, like I walk to the bank, walk to get something to eat, walk to, the barbershop. Like I've always wanted that, you know what I'm saying? In like a safe environment, of course,
Yeah.
And like sometimes you wake up, you just look at your life like, wow, like I really like did this shit,
Facts.
Can you connect the dots, like looking back? Just like I know you stumbled into
Yeah.
it, but there was like something that like got you to at least start going down that road.
Oh yeah. Probably this documentary on Netflix called The Secret.
That's actually-
and
they
that's like
also
real
have the
baby
book, by the way.
steps. Like it's
Share
baby
it.
steps.
Read
Read it. Yeah, like I saw this documentary. It's like it's
I love The
2006. I don't know who told me to watch it, but someone said it was like on Oprah's like book club. I was like, shit, it was good enough for Oprah. It was good enough for me. Check this out. And because Oprah just like became like the first billionaire like black woman, right? So I checked it out, and like the messages throughout the whole thing, the thing that hit me, it wasn't religious. It was more so like, I use the term the universe. And I never really thought about my experience with the universe before. Because like I hate religion, but like I love Jesus. So it was just kind of like this thing where whatever your Jesus is or your God is or your Allah is, like that could be represented with just substitute that term universe. And once I like unlocked that little code, everything changed.
Facts.
That's real.
Everything changed.
That's real.
So you talk a lot about manifestation, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like sometimes in order to manifest things, you have to kind of like ride a wave?
Right away. What you mean?
Yeah, like trust the process.
So yeah, it could be related to like trusting the process, but like I feel like a lot of times I've prepared for something. For example, the studio.
Yeah, for example, I was prepared for the day, and unfortunately, he didn't make it. I can relate to what you're saying. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it was just the right moment.
Yeah, he's right away.
Yeah.
You're on the wave right now.
Right.
So
Facts.
I appreciate that. But like I spent like the first year and a half in this studio just recording and trying to figure it out, right? And it got to a point where I was just like, I don't know if this is gonna pay off. Like I didn't know. The money was covered. Good thing I had set myself up where the YouTube channel was making enough income where I could pay the rent of the studio and I didn't have to stress, right? Because if I did have to come out of the pocket, I would probably had to give up a little bit sooner because like money dries up. Nothing's coming in and I can't keep paying the rent.
Facts.
That was crazy times. Like we didn't know what was gonna happen next.
Yeah, and it was during the pandemic too. So like I literally sat
Forget though.
Yeah, and I sat there and I was like, what the hell? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get this going?
Yeah.
And I just sat back and I said, let's go back to basics. Right? And I started to look through, okay, what other people are doing? And as I did the right things, I saw the wave coming.
Hey,
Yeah.
so the wave that I was gonna ask you,
Yeah, go.
is so right now there's the big thing with the whole podcast, right? You have a lot of knowledge, in the podcast industry. There's a lot of people out there who want to know, how should I start my podcast? What is it that I need to do for me to start? What is the right way to, or the best way to start?
That's an amazing question because there is no right or wrong way.
Okay.
There are things and steps, behaviors you can implement in your show to make it be more successful than another show, right? There are things that you can do. But realize that some people getting into this industry have baggage that they haven't addressed.
with themselves.
with themselves.
I love that.
Right?
That's real.
So then they're now coming into a platform where you need to tell a story.
You're gonna get exposed.
Right.
Right?
Basically.
Yeah,
People are gonna know. They're gonna know, right? Because and they actually there's a statistic says that like I think 1 out of every 3 podcast shows actually last like past like the first stage, the first season or something.
I would have guessed.
And a lot of that is monetary because they can't sustain like production, and they just don't understand how to get income into the show. But little by little, the industry is growing. The industry is over $200 billion.
Is there money in the podcast? Say that number one was that. Is there a number?
$200 billion industry, and it's going to continue to grow in the next 5 years.
So whoever's doing podcasts out there is making money.
Right. Like professionally. Like
Yeah,
Not everyone. Not everyone.
But that's the thing, though. Like when you say professional, the definition has changed, and it continues to change week over week.
Because of authenticity.
Authenticity and what people consume.
All the number one earner on YouTube was those kids' videos. So like they blow podcasts out the water.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Dude.
But you know why? Because they're doing it like repetition. They're doing it every day.
Well, consistency is one thing,
Yeah.
but also they have a product that other people want to consume, and so that means that other people retain their attention. We are in the world of selling attention now.
Right.
Yeah, attention is a new currency.
This is attention currency that we're talking
Facts.
about, right?
100%.
So before it was views, subscribers, blah blah blah. Now it's retention. How long can someone stay on your content?
Right.
So that they could keep them in your platform, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever.
So if you're starting your podcast, is there some type of market, some type of audience that you should be aiming for? Because everybody is obviously aiming for something different.
Well, I mean, I want to be careful in answering that question because I don't want people to say, "Oh, okay, well that's the highest grossing thing. I'm gonna go do that." You're not going to be successful.
Well, you can put it in the comment, whatever you want. Just put
Disclaimer right here. But if you do want to know like the behind the scenes of YouTube monetization, anything in the finance space, real estate space, education space is going to get paid more than any other niche,
Say that again.
with the exclusion of entertainment.
Finance, real estate, and education.
That's
Finance,
crazy.
yeah, real estate, education. Because if you think about it, 60% of questions that are Googled are not Googled, they're YouTube. I don't know if I could say that, but they're put onto YouTube.
that's real.
People
That is
ask the
real.
question on YouTube,
That is real.
right?
It's the same
Yeah,
company.
no, that's real. I mean, bro, you can ask anything: doctor questions, lawyer questions, how to get a job, how
be there.
to commit to an interview and not show up, all that stuff.
That's it. You know.
I'm literally a product of YouTube University. Like you're looking at someone that did not go to school for production, did not go to school for photography, and yet I own a studio and have been in the industry for over 20 years, making way over six
Way more,
figures.
way.
YouTube University.
Yeah, like literally learned everything
There's a
off.
t-shirt that says that.
Right.
And I feel like if you think about it nowadays, do people know how to like really think? Like think and problem
We were
solve.
talking about that earlier.
I think people don't think these days.
Not ChatGPT.
There's ChatGPT, but like if you don't know how to ask questions, ChatGPT is useless.
Sometimes people don't even want to ask questions. Like,
Yeah.
they're like too scared to.
Either that or too lazy to.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like
Like,
that.
they'll call their mom. Like
Look, my kids are homeschooled, and when I first took them out, I had them do a project, and I told them there's no rules. You can find the information however you see fit, and they could not use the internet to find the information. So I immediately said I made the right decision because school is not preparing you for your future.
Right.
That's crazy that you at that age cannot find information using anything.
Right.
I'm giving you free realm. Do whatever you want to pass this test. And they couldn't do it.
Open book, all that.
Bro, it's not open book to them.
Dude,
it's like a physical book.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
You know? So I was like, oh my God, mind blown. No, here's ChatGPT.
Right.
That's the first thing. Here's ChatGPT. Figure out how to ask it questions. Here's the internet. Figure out where you need to figure out.
That's real.
Like you gotta think, bro.
real.
The commodity that's gonna go extinct is people actually thinking. We're already out beating all these people because
Man.
we can think.
Talking about what do you think about technology 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Where are we going to be?
I'm gonna flip it on you. What technology do you currently use right now that 10 years ago you'd be like, that can't exist?
Man, what you gonna flip it on me? I asked the question first, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, help me on this.
He's in the space. Yeah, you can answer.
I'd probably say a alarm clock.
Ooh, interesting that you went for the alarm clock.
Yeah, I start there, then I work my way up.
I like that. That's real.
Like, if you think about it, our phones have taken, like, I saw this video, like, all the devices
Yeah.
next to our phones, like, if, like, the old school video camera, camcorder, microphone,
Yeah.
I don't know, just, like, all your CDs in one stack, or, like,
In the little book.
everything we have at our fingertips, man. Like,
Right.
so yeah,
Microwave.
alarm
Dude, I
clock.
feel like it's so like I'm walking.
That's a good one.
Dude, I don't know. For some reason, I'm walking, and then my phone just caught someone randomly. I feel like
you butt dialed. Yeah. That's what we used to call it.
dude, but like no, like if my phone is off,
Or check your password.
it's locked. There's no way I can get it. It's locked.
Yeah.
How?
Okay, so
nah, there's no way.
Conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
You think someone's in your phone?
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but stop.
That's crazy.
Don't make sense. Don't make sense. Make it make sense.
We got the internet security guy here. He's like, that can't happen. Oh no, I've had people look. I'm not trying to knock you down with technology and shit, but like I've had people come to me and tell me my camera or my phone is hacked. My camera is recording me when I'm not authorizing it.
Dude, you don't think people are watching you? You don't think they're watching you on your phone? You don't think like
If you want to
Bro,
go down
that's
this
crazy.
road, I can show you how we can access your camera.
Look. Don't even do it.
that's crazy?
Can you? Can we access his camera without him knowing? There are ways, bro. People do it. The thing is that you just gotta like either
hold
be
on, I
okay
got-
with it.
Did you know
or
how to do
no,
it though?
secure.
I mean, I don't give it.
I will not.
But I'm just saying, like,
if I know how to do it. Do you know how to do it?
I don't know how to do it on record.
I don't want to know how to do it. That's crazy.
It's crazy. But
guys
I
are
feel like
crazy.
to answer your question originally, technology is going to change in a way where, just like how you said the alarm clock,
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to evolve in a way where we're no longer going to need to know stuff. Like if we needed to learn something right now, we'll have like a Babel.
Yeah.
You watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I'm a nerd like that. There's this thing called a Babel fish that they would put in your ear, and then you could talk to anyone and anywhere, any language, and it would translate you
Oh, that's but
automatically.
that's like I used to work for Apple, right?
No,
Oh, that's like a TV.
it's a movie. It's an old.
Okay.
I'm old. I'm 41, guys. But I feel like it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna have wearable technology, whether there's a chip or something, where we no longer need phones. Like if we need to like call someone, we'll just
I don't.
we'll do one of these shits in the air and.
Now, do you want that?
I feel like that's what's gonna happen the next.
I mean, we're not going to be around.
no,
that.
we will.
We will. We're good.
We will be around for
You
this.
think it's going to be that quick?
Yes, because if you look at history, we have double timed the way that we've accelerated technology or the industrial age or whatever you want to call it. Every single milestone in history has always,
It's a generation.
yeah,
Yeah.
it speeds up.
Yeah.
So we're just going to continue to speed up until you seen the one where they asked ChatGPT what our future versions of ourselves are going to look like.
What did it say?
And it's like basically like robot parts and human parts together. Like
That's crazy.
Fucking Robo.
shit. Yeah, like a
We're
robot.
gonna be alive for that part.
That,
love
that
that
part
shit.
we won't be alive for.
Nah.
But I feel like if it can only exponentially get faster, then that means that every single time we hit a milestone of like changing culture, like the iPhone was a culture change.
Yeah, it
Like
was
that.
huge.
Now you have a computer in your hand, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like when you get to the next point of like glasses now, like there's glasses,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Now let's skip another one. Now you no longer have a phone in your pocket. Now you just wear your glasses.
Yeah, and you can talk to your glasses. You can have, you
You're
can,
chilling.
right.
Now imagine every time we're gonna accelerate. I mean, you probably have like amazing thoughts around this type of stuff. So, because you deal with technology all the time. Like, what kind of tech are you into?
Some of the stuff I use now is just all about visualizing data to make the best decisions. So like when you can see a trend of something, especially on a 30 to 90 day graph, like up to date, I feel like you just have the most like up to date decision making to make the best decisions. But I mean, that's just at work. But ultimate technology now for me. I like flying drones. I love flying drones. Like in my fun time, outside of work. So
Imagine you had like a little drone, like little thing, and you throw it in the air and it just follows you.
I mean, it's here already. It's here.
It is.
Random question: have you ever been to Colombia before?
I have not been to Colombia. No,
Yeah,
that's
me.
one of the countries I have not.
Ask me.
I'm not
been to
allowed to go to
Colombia
Colombia.
No, but I want to.
So what about you, bro?
Let's go. We'll take the show on the road.
Nah.
We go to Colombia. Why?
I'm going in a couple of weeks.
Right,
so I'm just
right,
trying
right.
to talk to people out
Where?
Birthday weekend.
Medellin.
What is it?
They say that's a. But I mean,
Cartagena.
a man of
Yeah.
his stature, I don't think has a problem.
Yeah, he's gonna have a good time. He's gonna.
I'm having a great time.
I don't think.
He's not gonna have a problem.
I don't think
I'll
anyone's
tell you
gonna
that
want to
one.
mess with someone like him.
Nah.
I'm out of security.
Nah, Colombia has a lot of things to offer.
Go in and out with that. You know?
And it's,
No,
it's cheap too.
Both sides of the fence.
I'm going with the 2 Colombian friends too, so I feel pretty safe.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you taking sand to the beach?
Nah.
No, he said friends.
Yeah, my friends.
He said his friends are going with him. Do you guys travel? Like, since you became a barber, would you say that your life has changed from a financial standpoint?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Have you been able to travel because of it?
Hell yeah.
Yes, but it's hard, bro, because I love what I do. So it's crazy because I like to.
Some cruises.
Yeah.
You like
I appreciate you putting me on.
He's a
Like, we
cruise
can
guy.
pay for it, or do you mean like the art? We got paid out to go there to work.
I mean, I'll keep it funky. When was the last time you took a vacation?
Yeah, because your clientele is always coming every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you taken a vacation?
Yeah. I just
You
recently.
go on cruises.
Yeah, cruises. Yeah, DR.
last week or last month.
You took a
Wait the
cruise?
fuck off.
A cruise or a vacation?
Vacation,
Where'd you go?
Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Oh, for the Super Bowl. It was dope.
It was
Oh, it
crazy.
stays in Vegas. Stays in Vegas.
When was the last time you took a vacation?
You know what? I like to take a lot of road trips. Like
Was that like 3 days, 2 days?
Yeah, like 3-4 days, stuff
Okay.
like that, maybe a week. I started doing this because as a kid, we never traveled a lot. It was more like, we just lived in our neighborhood and that's it. Like I was born in Dominican Republic, moved to New York City in the Bronx. 8 years old, 9 years old, moved to New York. That's why I call myself a gringo Dominican, because you don't hear it until I hang out with other Dominicans. So if he starts talking Spanish, we're fucked. So then moved to Florida, and then it just, like we kind of just stayed in these neighborhoods. So I was like, as a dad, I want to provide my kids travel. I want to do stuff. I want to show them America. It's fucking, it's great. Yeah. And then what's so funny is like along that road, I encouraged my mom to come along. Yeah. So there's a lot of family trips that we go on. Like I take them to the mountains and shit.
That's dope.
Like crazy stuff. Like
I've been to California.
Yeah. My mom was dying when we were going to Yosemite, bro. When we were going to Yosemite, she was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die!" Because come on, we're island people.
Driving up there is crazy. Like looking down.
Try driving in the snow.
Come on.
Up to
I've done that. That's just crazy, scary as fuck.
But I feel like those are been the best moments.
I used to go on church retreats up there.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Road trips will tell you the truth about a relationship.
That's interesting.
Because you can't listen to the radio all the way there. You got to talk a little
You
bit.
can't listen to the radio. You got to talk. I mean, you can listen to the radio, but you still got to talk. But there's a certain threshold of how long you can tolerate the people that you love.
Facts.
In a closed environment. Especially if it's like your wife is driving and then you're driving and then your kids are in the back or whatever.
Puerto Rican, right?
And she's Puerto Rican and all that stuff. There are lovely memories, but then there are memories in the middle of the night where we've been pushing it too much to drive to the next state, where I've just been like, can we just, I'll get the hotel. I'm good. Stop at the Holiday Inn Express and we're going to rest.
Facts.
But it just shows you so much about that family bond that you have when you travel, especially when you travel like you actually drive as opposed to flight.
Yeah, that's different, bro. Because being in
14 hours type shit, 16 hours.
I've done those too.
Me too.
Those are wild.
I drove from California to Miami with my kids.
Oh, you're brave.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
That's a lot of. Are we there yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
Facts.
How is it being a dad?
It's crazy, man. Like I have 2 girls, and I want to try to show them, like I want them to be smarter, try to show them all the stuff that I've learned and stuff. But they're also girls, so I want to show them to be strong women and make decisions and do all that good stuff. But it's I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Word.
I can like a green room in the house for like the girls, like create content.
Girls,
Yeah, I mean,
I've
they've
seen
been
that,
here.
like,
They've been in the studio.
yeah.
I actually they did their own podcast.
Get out of here.
Hey, what was we talking
Their
about?
own show.
What's your name?
Brisa and Angelise.
Hey, shout out to Breeze and Angelise. That's awesome. That's what's up.
Yeah?
My daughter's name is Angelique.
Yeah, well, 'cause
13.
my
I'll be
wife
14.
wanted a special name and stuff, so that was a fun fight. But
Facts.
but yeah, long story short, I always try to show them as much as I can, expose them to everything.
Yeah.
Just to
Absolutely.
I talk to them normal. I don't talk to them like little babies.
Right.
Sometimes they don't like me because of that.
How old are they?
again?
11 and 13 right now.
Okay.
My daughter's about
We're big now.
Yeah, they're definitely getting there. This is the critical stage right now where they're trying, like, their personalities are there and they're following their friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Trust me. But you gotta let sometimes a flower bloom at its own pace. So
yeah.
I have a 6-year-old. What was that conversation? Was there any conversation with them? Like, either you're gonna be homeschooled, you're gonna go to school. Did they had to make a choice? They didn't want to? What was that
I
like?
did ask them about if they wanted to be homeschooled. And I laid out like what the options were, but I know that they didn't really grasp it. Like they didn't understand what it was really gonna be like. They thought that homeschool was just school at home.
Easier.
Like literally just school at home.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to do the teacher thing. And I could teach. I love to teach. That's actually one of my passions. But I don't like to teach in the way that they teach in school. I like to teach where they can critically think. And they don't like when I put them against that. Because what happened is they got to a point they got to, I think, 6th and 7th grade. So they got to a point where they understood the system. Do your homework, pass the test. You get a good grade, you go to the next level.
Yeah.
There was no like challenging their thoughts.
Facts.
So when they got to homeschool and I started to challenge their thoughts, they were like, we don't like this.
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I want you to
This
just
isn't
tell
easy
me.
no more.
Yeah, this is not easy.
Yeah.
I want you to just tell me stuff. So I had to, not only did I have to tell my family, chill, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because they were like, they're not doing anything. And I'm like, it's okay. They need to go through this.
Yeah.
Because they need to get out of that system and figure out how they can be lifelong learners.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to create is them have hunger for learning. Between pre-kindergarten and where I had to pull them out from, they lost the love for learning.
Now, do you create your own curriculum or do you go through like programs? Because my sister does that.
I've gone through a bunch of the online learning curriculums, but those are very overwhelming for anyone that's like starting this out. I recommend Khan Academy. Like that's amazing.
Take notes. So you recommend this for those parents?
For any parent that's doing homeschooling, I recommend Khan Academy because there's the full curriculum is there, but it's online learning. So it's self-paced learning.
Yeah.
And that's their future. It's like self-learning is the future. Like the schools are gonna be destabilized and people are gonna need to learn on their own.
Yeah.
Or seek out what they want to learn.
That's my next thing. What do you think about school these days? Like school curriculum, are they teaching anything? I mean, school, has been known for just being in debt, but do you think schools are going to get better? Are they going to improve?
I think right now, and I know I'm going to get shit for this, but I think right now schools are trying to scrape themselves out of the bottom of the barrel.
Right.
They're literally about to go extinct.
Oh, yeah, they know that.
Talking about colleges and universities or just
Fucking
like
everything. Everything is going to be
Sure, public
fucking
school, like,
So
destroyed.
would
And
you
all
say?
the athletes are getting their fair share of the money now too. There's only so many pieces.
Unless you're talking about lawyers or doctors, that's different. But
That's different. No,
Oh,
Are
I
we
think
talking
school
about-
needs to fucking change. Those positions are keeping schools alive because when you're a lawyer, I used to be a paralegal. That's all
I
the
told you
school
guys he knows
stuff.
a lot about a lot of shit.
All the school stuff you go through is not the reality of what you're going to be doing when you get into the real world.
right.
And most of these big companies are now no longer using that diploma as your credentials to getting in.
Right, yeah.
They want to know what experience do you have?
Have.
But that's the thing. You have this that says, yeah, you graduated, but you have no experience. That to me never make any sense.
So it don't mean nothing.
Right.
There was a thing that came out about NYU students that are graduating that are saying that they wasted their entire time going to NYU.
I'll be pissed.
Imagine that shit,
I'll be upset.
right?
Because they're not even able to use their degrees.
They're not even able to use their degrees in the jobs that are very competitive around people that have skills. But now companies are no longer. That's not a requirement anymore.
Yeah, because the
Like companies are saying, "Do you have skills? Do you have experience?"
right.
Versus, "Do you have this diploma?"
And that's fucked up because they don't even get the chance to get the experience.
I mean,
They could if they were smart.
college serves like. Are we talking about school? I think school in general serves as a way for us to like get to interact with our peers and learn how to navigate certain social situations. If I was homeschooled the whole time, I don't know if I'd have the same like street smarts, I guess.
So I love that you said that. So traditional homeschooling, when it comes down to you following a curriculum and all that good stuff, it's gonna create that like silo mentality. Like you're in this bubble, and some people do it for that. Like if you look at the statistics, some people do it because they don't believe in the religious things that they're saying in school or whatever.
Yeah, bullshit reasons.
There's many reasons, and to each their own. But I feel like the real successful homeschoolers are the people that are showing real life experiences, street smarts, and stuff like that.
Through the house.
You're looking at the product of street smarts.
Yeah.
My dad took me to work at the age of 12 in his taxi in New York. I remember my first experience driving with him as he went in a gypsy taxi car to go pick up people and drop them off. And he showed me all this stuff that he was doing. And then it carried on and continued throughout my life until I was like, it hasn't stopped because it just evolved.
All the time.
My dad's a ride or die, bro. My dad, the relationship I have with my dad, I count my blessings. It's frustrating, but I feel like a lot of people don't have this tight bond with their parents.
That's love. Yeah.
You
I don't have. Yeah, right.
And I feel like
Put a link at the bottom of your favorite episode with you and your dad.
Facts.
there's actually one where I met my dad's hero.
Oh, shit.
And he didn't think I was gonna go do it. And I showed up at the event and I interviewed the dude, and then he put it up on his on the YouTube channel, and he just couldn't stop glowing about like how I met this dude and how I forced my way into meeting this guy, right?
Wow.
Who was his hero, if you don't mind me asking?
Leonel Fernandez.
It was a president.
Is a president. So president of the Dominican Republic.
There we go. Okay.
So, but to answer your question, I feel like the reason I think school has to change is because there are way too many teachers out there that are just doing it for a paycheck.
Yeah.
So the model is broken.
That's everything.
The model, and if you look back at the history of the way the school system was built, the model was built to create factory workers, to create people that were just going to say yes to the jobs that had to be done.
Yeah, they don't want you to chase your dreams.
Yeah.
And it hasn't changed since that. Now, if you look, here's a statistic for you. How many entrepreneurs do you think send their kids to school or private school?
I say private school.
Yeah?
Yeah, mostly.
Did you know about 80 to 90% of them homeschool their kids?
Really?
Because they can.
I mean, for me, school wasn't a thing that I really wanted to do, but I went because, I had a baseball scholarship. But the one thing that I really love about school was the network. I knew that out of everybody in here, someone is going to be a big time in whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you start building that, that relationship with people and your network and stuff like that, bro. I mean, that's everything. I mean, in school, you see a lot of people from a lot of places, different countries and stuff like that.
You do, and I'm not going to knock the social aspect of school, but I will challenge you on this. How many people that you met in college or high school are you still talking to now?
I would say, I mean, it's not like we're best friends, but we keep in contact here and there.
You know what's so weird? That if you're shown the fundamentals of building relationships, the people that you meet now are the people that you'll be more successful with than if you had met them back in school.
100%. 100%. I agree with that.
It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
100%.
So,
What if your girlfriend's like that? I'm joking.
But I also believe in the environment, in the environment that you come from, because, mentality changes, people changes, And that's what happens.
I feel like the real successful ones are the ones that take their kids abroad, like to other countries.
Yeah. They learn different languages, different cultures.
Quick story. You remember that movie, Mighty Ducks?
I fucking love that movie.
So you remember but Mighty Ducks 2, right?
Classic.
I remember it.
So
Like
I don't I forgot his name, but
Who?
so the guy the black dude that was the big brother of the black guy that got added to the team that did the knuckle puck.
Okay.
He showed the Chinese dude how to fight
With the flying V?
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, but he was the black guy.
Oh, with the knuckle puck. And then, okay, got it.
So the older one, it's basically the guy that was on Nickelodeon, right?
Oh.
But his older brother.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he was in the movie with Denzel Washington about the hurricane.
Okay.
All right, so he was a guy. So he used to come to the shop in California where I used to cut all the time, and his kids were homeschooled.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then he took his kids out and was like, he used to come and kick it with us all the time. But it's crazy because some people go into the industry and they act and they do all these things, but then they separate themselves. And he said Denzel, that was one of his early roles. Denzel kind of showed him, the ropes on, how you kind of make sure that you keep yourself leveled, in the game, when you're doing that. And, hearing you talk about homeschooling and all that, he was like really big on that. But then he would like let the kids do homeschool. I mean, he took the kids out of homeschool.
Like, don't get me wrong, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't do it, then you have to send them to school. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's the only option you have available.
Right.
And I went through that. I survived through that as well. Because there's a lot of stories where I don't even know how I'm sitting at this table with y'all. Right? There's a lot of stories in my younger days that I don't even know how I got over those moments. But I feel like anyone in a position where they're trying to better themselves, whether they're going to school or whether they're homeschool or they dropped out of college or whatever it is, just have the hunger to learn. If you have just that, you will beat 90% of the people out
Unstoppable.
there. Yeah,
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Just want to learn. Just be hungry. Look for
I
it.
feel like we teach our kids that, but like, I'm getting in trouble for saying. So you guys you guys are girl dads, so like, if we teach our kids this, then how come when women get older, they don't really feel maybe the need to want to go out and learn new skills, and they just prefer like
I mean, it's the world, bro. I mean,
situation at home where
you're looking at
as a man, you want to provide too. So you like, if you don't want to work, cool. Like
you're looking at someone who's doing, hey, don't knock. You do whatever you want. If you're doing OnlyFans and there's someone with a degree, who's making more money? You know what I'm saying?
You don't know.
It's just the world's changing. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what I'm saying. It depends because it's messed up because a lot of OnlyFans girls were students. And then
Nurses.
they did the OnlyFans thing and saw that they were making the money that they thought they were going to make. So it's scary because now it's not
Game's all
realistic
fucked
anymore.
up.
Its game is fucked up.
It's
Because
upside
back in the
down.
day, let's go back. I know y'all been to strip clubs and all that. You went to the strip clubs. You helped them get through school. Let's be honest.
Oh,
you know what I mean? But now
I pay tuition.
I'll tell you.
you paid the tuition.
I can tell you a crazy fucking story, but go ahead, continue.
I fucking paid tuition, bro.
Fast with.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy because you had respect for that.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Like, but now they're not even doing that. But this is the thing. Now you go to downtown Brickell, Edgewater, you know what I mean? And that's all you see is influencers. And they don't even understand, the art of making the money because they made it so quickly. It's fucked up.
Well, it's getting even more scary because about the music industry.
It's fucked up.
There are models that have like big followings that are being told, here's a DJ set. All I need you to do is hit this button and this button, and you can go play a show.
Facts.
And they sell out
Just because
they have a following, right?
Yeah.
So to your question, I feel like and this is the downside of when things come too easy to you. Like if money comes that easy to you, why the fuck would you want to learn anything? You're like,
That's true.
dude, these girls are getting paid 10 grand to just go travel and just look pretty. Dead ass.
Yeah.
It's like, here's 10 grand.
Yeah.
Here you can fly out to Turkins, Caicos or whatever
Right.
and just chill. That's all we need you to do.
I mean, we are living in a soft generation right now because
Microwave
you could say something that would just touch their nerves, and then that's it. You'll probably be canceled. I mean, shit. It's a very soft word, and right now I feel like nobody really want to earn anything.
They don't have to.
Everybody want to just to be easy.
There's no
like you said.
accountability. There's nothing no more.
But I think that's the beauty of the future, right?
Yeah.
If you can put in your work ethic, you can put in the reps. When those things die out because they don't have the stamina to last, you're just gonna shine, right? We need the next Steve Jobs. We need the next Bill Gates. We need those people. When like in our generation, who can we say, came from our generation that is like innovator and breaking ground like
But
that?
do you think that they're gonna do it?
I would say this though, bro. I feel like I don't blame a lot of people that are receiving things easily because there's not enough leaders out there. There's not enough leaders teaching and helping and passing the knowledge. Some people just want to keep gatekeepers. People just want to keep that. That's a fact, bro. It's a lot of gate motherfuckers keeper out there.
But Nipsey said it best, right?
Shit.
Oh yeah,
Big companies are gonna crumble.
Gonna crumble. That's my.
He said it.
That's one of my favorite songs.
He said it. Big companies are gonna crumble, right? Because things are gonna get disrupted, and I feel like we're literally in the middle of that.
We're
wave
literally in the middle of that.
Literally.
But see, what I'm starting to find out what's happening is when I heard him say that, I didn't understand the action of that. I just took it literal.
You're like,
oh, they're gonna crumble and new companies are gonna start. But that wasn't it. He was meaning the game was gonna be fixed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't gonna matter if it was big companies, small companies, because these new companies were gonna come and bring a new dialogue to where it's basically like, they're gonna look at me crazy, but it's basically like the Antichrist. You know what I mean? Because that's the form of it. That's the change. This is all biblical term right here. And that's when it's like, everybody can say they're not religious, which you shouldn't be because God's not religion anyway. He wasn't religious. If you try to look the word Christian up,
God
in the Bible,
is
it's not
love.
even there. Exactly. There's no, try to look the word of Christian in the Bible. It's not there. You know what I mean? So when you're going back to right now, I'm not trying to
you
get
said
deep
the word Christian's not in the Bible?
at all. Show me. It's not there.
I mean, I just
No,
that's
not.
how I heard it. I
I'm
was
saying
like,
it's
No, I was.
it's not there.
I don't want to go too far down into this
Yeah.
because it can get crazy.
Yeah, of
but
course.
I was watching a documentary. I'm big on watching documentaries about the Ethiopian Bible.
Yeah.
that it's like so controversial and that like they completely banned it because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
like the beliefs around the universe and how everything is universal and stuff. But long story short, I feel like, to your point, big companies are going to crumble. And I think right now we're living in a moment where the individual has the power. Even though if you're sitting at home and you're thinking you don't, you do. You have access to the world.
Just
you
do
have
your thought.
all the knowledge in the world in your hands, in the phone you're watching us on. You have everything at your fingertips. The only thing stopping you
It's you.
is yourself.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And they don't want you to know that.
I mean, it can get real deep, but I feel like that's where it goes back full circle. If you work on yourself, you figure yourself out, you get your control of your emotions, and you start to move forward, not move in a circle,
Right.
Like move forward, actually make progress. And movement is in progress. It's
Right.
Don't just think like you're moving.
It's just chipping
I think
in it every
Denzel
day.
said it. Like you can't just move and think you're progressing.
Right.
You have to actually move towards a goal. You have to move towards something. I feel like if people do that nowadays,
But that's the trap. Like,
that's it.
it's scary because they want you to keep working. They want you to, so you're not seeing.
Oh, I got the golden handcuffs.
You know? Yeah.
I have the golden handcuffs on.
It's crazy.
Y'all don't see them. I have the
Yeah.
golden handcuffs. I get what that is.
But it's still not an excuse, right?
no,
It's got all this
not.
proof to how it works, why it works.
I mean, to your point, I'm here right now.
Right.
I worked all day. I worked all day. 5 o'clock hit. Boom. Close this thing.
Yeah.
Move on to the next.
Right.
so what's next for Colab? 2025.
I feel like we're gonna get to a point where it's not about being bigger, it's about being better at what we do. So I opened the doors up first year to anybody and anything because I needed the reps under the belt. Second to third year, I started defining a little bit more the focus, which is podcasting. And then now heading into the 4th year, I want to really specialize in how I develop the shows. Because I know the formula. I've rinsed and repeated and done it countless amount of times, from 0 to making $1,500 per live. You know what I mean? So like, I know the formula. Now it's like, how do I help people get from A to B in a very efficient way and still keep the doors open?
Right,
What does it motivate you so much to help, other people?
Nobody did it for me. I had to do it my own. And I feel like we're human beings. Fuck countries.
Is that where the hunger of keep learning? And
Yeah.
that come from?
Keep learning. Keep trying to like meet. When you meet people, yeah, sometimes people are going to share perspective with you and things that you don't agree with. But just try to put your ego aside and just listen. There's a lot of value in the things that people say. You may not know that someone you met along the way, maybe at an airport or in a bathroom somewhere, shared one piece of nugget that's going to change your life. You never know. But if you weren't listening, you just missed the blessing you were asking for. And you have no idea that the person that was sent was to be very subtle and just to like have a quick conversation with you. And then you didn't take it at face value. So I take it very seriously when I meet people and meet new relationships to actually listen. And not only that, but see if I can add value. Like I told my mom this, it was so funny. I was like, I had a really deep conversation with her about purpose and like my belief and stuff. And we always have this thing when we're talking or when I go on a trip, she's like, remember, you're here to change lives. And I always like take that at the heart. And I'm like, whenever I'm in a situation, in a moment where I'm feeling down or my energy's low or whatever, I try to dig as deep as I can and remember I'm here to change every life I touch.
When I come into the space, man, I love the space. I love the room. At the time when you started, you had the doubters, the people that said that you weren't going to make it. And then now they're looking at you like, damn, Angie, I see you.
I see you.
To
this
Nigga,
day.
you see me? What you mean?
To this
You
day.
didn't believe in me. You
To
didn't believe.
this day, I still got doubters because they don't understand it, right? They don't get it. The vision is so crazy because the vision, you're the only one that can see it.
Facts.
It's a gift from God. You can't even blame other people for not being able to see the vision because it's not their vision.
That's exactly what it is.
Your vision.
And it sounds, when you first hear that, it sounds crazy.
Nah, but it's those who said that they didn't believe, but then once you see that you're moving up, oh damn, I did see you doing, I knew that you were gonna make it, Man,
You know what the craziest thing about me is that I have this weird thing, and some of my friends tell me it's like, it's my downside. But I look at it as my strength.
Yeah.
I always have an open door policy. There's people that have done real bad decisions around me, and I still keep that door open. I may not show you the same attention because it's just I'm trying to protect myself, but the door is open. The door is open because I do not feel that anyone should ever close the door on someone else because you never know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
I agree, but you know what it is? Yeah. Sometimes when you're a giver, you tend to look past ways those who are just taking and taking from you and taking from you, and they don't even show you no love. They don't even they come into your life just to take everything, take your energy, take your time, take your knowledge, and then they don't really even show love.
So, and I don't want to bogart this thing. I want to hear your perspective around this too. I feel like those are tests. Like when you are a giver and you're giving and everybody's taking and you continue to give.
Yeah.
It's like the universe is testing to see where's your limit.
Ooh, manifest. What's up?
Like where's your limit?
I agree.
And then once you state your limit.
Because you can't change yourself. You can't change who you are.
You can't. You have to be who you are.
You have to be.
But once you set your limit, all of a sudden there's this wave that comes and the universe says, all right, you ready for the next one? Let's go.
Boundaries.
Like there's been moments, man, I can't.
Let them know, bro.
I can't explain this. There's been moments I've been sitting here, bro, 10 podcasts back to back on top of doing like my work. Back to back to back.
Wow.
Yeah.
One time I was sitting at this very table, HBO had come here, stripped the studio down and made like some Dexter set. in this space, right?
Do y'all know what Dexter is?
Yeah, I love Dexter.
I got
It was like blood everywhere.
blood everywhere. I got like the security footage of like all the drapes and stuff that they put
Oh,
here.
wow.
But like, I sat here, they left, and the studio was empty. And I get a phone call that says, "Yo, I want to pull up and do a show."
Are they doing a reboot for that?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Sorry, my bad.
Well, it's good. It's good. But so I sat here. I looked at the empty studio, and I go, "This is what I'm doing it for." Show up. 30 minutes later, studio was rebuilt. Mics and everything was put back, and we go to town. The marathon is there to show you how far you can go.
Facts, bro.
And I still haven't reached my peak, bro. There's still days that I'm like, I still need to run more.
Do you think about, taking this to the next level, maybe getting a little bit bigger, a bigger space?
I've always thought about that, but business 101 is have high profit margins.
Yeah, before you do
And if you have low overhead, you always have high profit margins. So out of this space, I've made like 10 times fold.
Heard.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
It's nuts. The other day, dude, and I don't like to, I'm not trying to,
No,
Hey, do you?
That's one of the Wait, hold on. I'm gonna
tell you
That's what y'all getting right now. This is the all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you straight numbers. Like, if you want to get into studio space ownership, like it's amazing space. It's highly profitable. So the other day, I had a request. Someone needed a videographer and like a reporter to go and interview people. So I said, all right, cool. I got someone set up for you. This is the hourly, whatever. They were so like excited about the work and the people that I had sent over. They were like, oh, let's stay a little bit longer. I'm like, all right, well, that's outside of our billable space. I'm telling you right now that we agreed to the terms. They continued. They spent 4.5 hours. I billed every hour at $1,500.
$1,500. I'm just saying. Are you guys listening to it?
I stopped on that too. I was like, shit.
There is a way for you to find out what you're worth and bill accordingly. There is a way.
How do you know what you're worth?
You gotta start. You gotta be confident about the shit that you're gonna do, right? And you gotta really do the reps. Like, you gotta really
provide value.
provide that value, right? But once you do get to that space and you say a number, if you're around the right people, they're not gonna flinch.
Yeah, because they're trying to get that done anyway.
They're gonna be like, bet, here you go.
They're looking for that.
Mind you, those accounts I get paid the fastest on those accounts. They literally do not flinch. They know the value, and they're like, hey, when are we doing the next one? We're doing another one on Friday.
But they're probably the same people that watched your work like 1,000 times on YouTube and like studied you before they even met you.
Of course. Yeah. They
just already knew what they
there's a brand that has built up from it.
You said brand versus marketing earlier, right?
Brand versus marketing, bro. It's
Two
a big
different
thing.
things.
There are two different things, and there's a lot of content out there about this, but I feel like brand creates an emotion. If you can set up a successful brand, it's because you can create an emotion in someone. So, do you have an emotion when you come to the studio?
Yeah.
Then I've made a good brand.
Feel good.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about your business and how you can like reshape it, think about what you can make someone feel, not what you're telling them that you're gonna do.
Hey, shout out to the spot. You know, I mean, like when I come to them, it's always a vibe. You come in, they offer you a drink, warm towel, cold towel, like,
Look good, feel good. All of that.
Look, I researched the
got the
spot,
game on.
and I'm telling you, the spot has a soul to it.
You,
Like,
Freddie.
I feel like there's a soul.
Diana.
Because when you go to another
You
barbershop,
walk in, it says God is good, like boom.
At the time.
it's smacked in your face.
It reminds you.
But I feel like when you go to another barbershop, it's dependent on the barber to set
Different standards.
Yeah,
bro.
facts. Not the company. Because the
It's not
company
the like space. It's the barber.
Because you can have the dopest space with the terrible service.
And then the good barbers are like, yo, what's up? They know you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're walking into the spot, you're like going into a time machine. Like, you're going back into what it was like to go to a barber.
Yeah.
Like that tonsorial times. Like where you're like sitting there vibing. The antiques are all like, you got a bar with the
Shout out Diana. So
it's a whole
Yeah. She's the designer of the sport. Legend.
she ate out here. She ate.
But I feel like that's really what sets the spot apart from any other barbershop is the fact that it's from the moment you walk in, you already know you're in for something.
Yeah.
Like you're in for a different experience. You know, and I don't know how it's been for you. I haven't had a chance to be blessed yet at the spot, but I will tell you.
Wait, hold on. When you coming?
Well, because
They come this week.
the thing is that I've cut my hair since the pandemic.
We know that. When you coming though? When you coming?
I'll let you know.
Yeah,
the
because
schedule
you know
frees
you're
up.
free. You come through.
I'm probably gonna do it. You know, like maybe in beginning of May. I'll hit you.
Okay.
I'll hit you.
Yeah, come through.
I try to get a haircut at least once.
He's on camera. He better
Yeah,
keep his
that's what
word.
I'm saying. Yeah.
I do. I'm big on
I
things.
got you. You come through. I got you.
I got you, man. But
Yeah.
I feel like I want to treat myself when I go to the barber.
Oh, he's taking the
And I love-
package.
And I love telling the barber
Yeah.
that I've been cutting my hair.
You know.
If I tell you, if someone comes to your chair and says, "Yo, I've been cutting my hair for the last whatever years," what's your first thought? You're like,
I'm laughing. Straight up.
Yeah.
You got to understand. You better be a barber talking like that. And I mean, cut your hair. Good.
This is his hair. They
Come
come
here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a respect. But when you come over here, we the best. We the best.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, this not. I mean, you know,
make you want to work.
shout out to everybody that cuts your own hair. If you do that, that's great. You're saving money, all that great
It better
stuff.
be good.
But I'm just saying, there's no better feeling than you getting a haircut by another person.
And then here,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, my bad.
You're just getting a treatment. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's
facts.
just like if you go get a massage, are you gonna do your own massage?
That's hard.
You know?
That's hard to do.
I'm just saying, man.
Look,
Are you gonna have a beautiful, hostess pour you a cup?
That's a different story. Don't tell that. Don't say that. My Puerto Rican wife. we don't do that. Look, the last barber I told that I cut my hair, he was like, "Oh, you're in for a treat today." He's like, "I'm gonna bless you with this fade." Right?
You didn't like it?
No, I don't judge my
Yeah.
face.
No, but keep it real.
Unless I go home and I look and I'm like, yo, he could have used
You
a
oversold
half
it?
instead
Yeah.
of a 0 or whatever.
Did he do good?
Yeah, he did good. He's a Puerto Rican barber.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
big on just walking into barbershops.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro, yo, I went to Puerto Rico, bro.
Yeah.
Where?
Puerto Rico got
I
the
went
best
all over
barbers
because
too.
my wife is from Mayagüez, and then my sister-in-law was getting married in San Juan. So,
Okay. Yeah.
congrats.
My girl's people is from not San Juan, La Placita.
Oh,
La
okay.
Placita.
Okay. Yeah. I love the feeling when you land in Puerto
Yes.
Rico, but I wanted to get a fade in Puerto Rico. So I landed and I went to the ghetto, like the ghetto.
Where?
Because you know the ghettos where you get
course,
the good
of
barbers.
course.
Authentic.
They have to have a good
Ghetto has barbershop, the best barbers, the best foods, everything.
Yes.
everything, right?
Straight blades.
So I land, I go, yeah, I'm gonna walk
Pina
in.
colada.
I walk in, I tell the barber, I don't look at the first chair. I look at the guy in the back chair and I'm like, yo, can you take walk-ins? And he's like, see, Bobby. See,
Is this different between the first chairs and the back chair for you?
if y'all don't know, bro,
The best is in the back.
I mean, depends. Depends. I think it depends on the shop
That's
because
crazy.
sometimes the owner of the shop is on first.
I mean, I was in the front, back in Brickell Bay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter where you at. If you nice, you nice. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. And you could always notice the good barbers when they have eye contact with you walking in because they're
100%.
excited about someone walking in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The good ones are like,
yeah, they're like, don't. No, I'm not here.
or you know what I mean? Like, you're not so desperate.
Yeah.
You're
You're not so like, yo,
They always come to you
Yeah.
and be like, yo,
Get some.
I got a couple, and they be getting mad because they know you can't cut them,
No, but this homie said, yeah, man, you were good. The thing that I love when you feel a barber is in this rhythm, you were talking about it on one of your shows.
Yeah.
That rhythm.
Yeah.
But when a barber is good, when that rhythm is just like a flick.
They'll
Yeah.
put you to sleep.
They're just
100%. Guys, you know if you're getting a good haircut by the way it feels. And you know you're getting a terrible haircut by the way it feels. You know what I'm saying?
You should be sleeping.
If,
If you really got that good, that good rhythm, and it's coming off every time, you should be asleep 20 minutes.
if you feel like you're getting a headache, it's
Yeah.
because you're not getting a good haircut.
Look,
Your
look,
clipper cannot be going through your head. It should be going fluently
like
through your
gliding,
head.
right?
Yeah, bro, 100%.
For me, I know because the thing is like I've studied being a barber. on myself. Like I could pull my phone out right now and show you the first time I cut my hair by myself.
Damn.
Because I researched like doing your guidelines. How do you go up an inch and like all that stuff. And my left hand is harder to do because it's like this side of the head and it's really hard. But when I do the right side, I'm like flicking the wrist, flicking the wrist, flicking the wrist, you know, trying to get that fade happening.
Yeah.
And you know the hardest moment is when you're going from the bald side of your head to like that spot where you got to the half.
Yeah.
And you're too scared to go down to the zero and be like flick, 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 flick. Like try to get it flick that line away.
Research have shown that if you cut your own hair, you don't trust anybody. I'm just saying, you know. You see,
you got the good flick on your right side, right? Now look, turn it to your left side, turn the machine up, and use a mirror. And use your right hand.
Oh, I'm gonna try that next time.
You know, instead of because you're left, you're not gonna.
Man,
It's hard, bro.
Listen,
I can't do that.
Yeah.
you should try us next time. Trust me, man.
No, I will.
You won't regret it.
But I actually want to learn. Like I want to.
Yeah.
Like
Then come to us. That's the easy.
I'm big on learning, man. And if y'all can show me how
I
to
can
get
teach
that
you while
barbie,
I can teach you while I'm cutting you up.
Facts.
That's fire.
That's
I
facts.
always do that when I get a haircut.
Because so one thing that a lot of barbers they don't like to do is that they don't like to work with the mirror, and the mirror is going to tell you exactly what
Who's
you
the
see.
king? Who's the king of that?
Oh yeah, you know, shout out to Zach. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out my nigga
He's
Zach.
dope. He's dope about that. Actually, something I learned from him.
Facts. Me too.
But you know, sometimes you know when people are getting a haircut, you know, barbers they like to turn the. I mean, that's what the chair is supposed to do, right? To move around, right?
Yeah.
But then you know, there's some clients that they just want to face the mirror and they want you to just take care of them that way. And unfortunately,
what's the best way? Because I know we both deal with that.
I
What's
mean,
the best way
to be honest, there's no right or wrong way. There's no best way. But for me personally, I like to work with my back, with the mirror, because I'm moving the chair and when I'm. So it's like, for example, if you see your canvas, if you're a barber, you should know this. You're gonna go by section, so you could start one side and then move on to the other side and then do the back, or you could go all the way around and do everything at the same time. I like to do all the way around and do it at the same time because it comes more even, it's easier, it's faster.
An hour and a half.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? But while I'm doing that, I'm looking at the mirror every step that I'm doing.
Facts.
And then that would let me know if there's a lot, because being a barber is not that hard. It gets harder when you're trying to be a creator. And and you really have to create the design that you want to make and create the type of looks that I have to give this gentleman, because I cannot give you the same thing I give to him because you guys are completely different. Right. So it's like just having that creativity. I think that's the only thing that separates a master barber with an amateur. But like it's not hard being a barber. It's not hard to cut hair. You just creating lines and then you just taking off those lines. That's all it is. But it's not no rocket science
At all. And I'm gonna give you guys a secret. When you start off your haircut
and the first grain is in the building.
You feel me? And you poured up my dog too, man. Life's a car wreck.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I had to get this drink. You know what I'm saying? Because I was waiting for the guests to show up and all that. You know what I mean?
Pop. But anyway, like just to help you guys out, you barbers, like this is how you get past, because your client's gonna want you to turn them to the mirror. Do that in the beginning of the cut. But if you need, because sometimes it's light sensitive and you're gonna have to turn your client around so you can have the right lighting. Talk to your client. Let your client know why you're turning him. You gotta understand, you always want to respect your client, but you don't want them to get in the way of you giving them the best haircut they're ever gonna have. So you gotta control the situation. You gotta speak to them. You can't say it in a way where you're having an attitude with them because they don't understand what you're doing. You know what I mean? Not because you trust your barber. You know what I mean? But like barbers, like you guys that are starting off new, start off the cut in the mirror. Talk to your client. Create this conversation, create this atmosphere, this energy where they trust you.
I get it. It's hard to have those type of clients that it's just so hard for you to give them a haircut because they're always moving. Like those clients who are always moving. Have you been in a barbershop and like there's a guy, he's cutting someone's hair and he's like
Or on the phone.
Or on the phone.
Man.
Dude, that is the worst.
But hold on, let
That
me
is
see what I
the
was saying.
worst.
So keep him in the mirror, and when you guys are gonna get ready to turn him, let the client know what you're doing. Tell the client, hey, sorry, apologize all the time. This is when, in regular life, you don't apologize unless, or you don't say sorry, because that's what my mom would tell me, don't say sorry because it's a different energy. But apologize before you do it. Say, I apologize for moving you. I need the right lighting. You know what I mean? So they'll know, they'll respect it.
Guys, is your stage, you know what I'm saying? When you are in your section, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your booth. That's your booth rent, right? That's your space. That means that you have to take ownership of that space.
Facts.
You cannot allow someone from X industry, just because he's a client, take over and then move and then, whatever. Just don't let nobody come to your space and then just do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? You have,
I love it. I feel like there's a lot of gems right here in this show.
a little gems. And then also I want to give a shout out to the premiere show barbers. Like Angel was saying, you know what I'm saying? Keep that hunger, keep learning, keep that ambition of, want to be better and want to be great. I'm actually gonna go. Are we going to the premiere show?
Sure.
This is a premiere show.
What's the dates?
It's June 1 to 3rd.
Okay.
1 to the 3rd. Is it?
We'll see you
I'm
there.
so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a lot of great barbers, a lot of education, a lot of information.
We'll be there.
Definitely is gonna be there. Angel, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's great. So now I just wanted to give you all the ability to kind of land the plane and close off the show. And I want to give you something that really helps me to kind of connect the dots backwards.
Hell yeah.
Right? If you could just go back into a time machine and go back to when you first started this journey of whatever you're on.
Right now?
Whatever journey you're on, right? And you could give yourself that advice and say, hey, bro, watch out for this, do this. But what advice would you give yourself if you can go back?
Let's go with manifestation. I'm sorry. Let's go. Let's go with manifest.
It takes time to think.
Greatness.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
I said the name wrong.
That's right.
That is
Let's
a
go with
great
manifest
question.
greatness.
Honestly, probably to keep going, even if I see signs of success or no success, to keep going. Because I feel like with this, it's even we haven't posted our first episode, but people want to see okay, anyone can post, but are you gonna keep going? And those are the voices I hear. I always start different things, but I never finish completely the way I should, because I always see something maybe a little bit more shiny, or just work, or life just takes over, family. So I just want to keep going, really.
Like that.
And what was the question? Repeat the question.
If you would go back and give yourself advice, give yourself the cheat code and the lottery numbers, what would you tell yourself?
Be yourself. Just keep being yourself. A lot of people are gonna put judgments on you. Yeah, man, I would say that, just be yourself. Just be yourself, for sure.
Put in the hours.
Shannon?
I would say set your goals and chip away at them. It's a marathon, and stay in the moment. And make sure you're chipping away, and make sure you're finishing your goals. Set small goals and set big goals.
Yeah.
And you'll get there.
I know we all wish we could film every day, but it's just
Yeah, you got to pace yourself.
yeah.
It's the pace. It's like that Nipsey shit. It's he said, RP, but he was saying he went through every motion of this shit, ups and downs, all that shit. And Manifest Greatness was saying, I got your name right. You know what I mean? You got to keep going. It's a marathon. And if you know that you're running laps, you're going to be okay. But if you think it's a race, like a sprint, yeah, you'll win one race. After that, you got to rest.
I mean, it's not about the results, right? I think it's about the journey. I think the journey is what makes it so much valuable, because with the journey, you really see the growth, that that you go through, with the journey. So I'm very excited.
What about for you?
For me, I keep it real simple. I live by this every single day. I actually have a reminder in my phone that tells me every couple hours to think about this. Be aware, right? Be grateful. Everything will be okay.
Bob Marley.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with gratitude. I agree with that. That's real.
That's for me. That's the biggest reminder. And if I could go back, I would tell myself that because everything has happened for a reason. I don't care how old I am. I still have another 40 years to kick it in this world. I don't care if I have regret or all that stuff. As long as I can tell myself, yo, just be in the moment, be aware of where you are right now, be grateful that you're here, and then just know that everything will work out and it'll be fine. That's all I need.
I know we gotta go, but I'm just saying, man, that was great. I feel like we should have talked a little bit about that, about being in the moment, because I'm not gonna lie, most of the time, we are so focused on what we want and we're so focused on the future that we miss our opportunity most of the time. Not being in the present moment. So that was pretty real. But anyway, this is your boy Laraclipz. Thank you. Thank you for being here in our show. Angel, I appreciate it, And let's go, baby. It's the way it is.
Sir. Cut.
Yeah.
Facts. The show, Tanner.
Manifest greatness now.
You know what I'm saying?
That boy.
We already done.
Go.
Ya terminamos, estamos aquí, ya nos vamos.
Que mi gente.
El loco. El loco en la casa. Esa gorrita.